Is that a gram? New card. What do you think?
Whoa, very nice. Look at that.
It's very cool, Bateman, but that's nothing. Look at this.
That is really nice.
What do you think?
Nice. Jesus. That is really super. How'd a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
Let's see Paul Allen's card. Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my God. It even has a watermark.
Hello everyone, this is Man Meets Gaming with another video today. It is finally here. Nightmare Mode has come. I wanted to talk to you guys about my thoughts on Nightmare Mode, what it brings to the game, some pros, some cons. I think a lot of great things have come from this piece of content, and I'm really looking forward to future content like DLC 2 and Tower Raids coming from Techland soon in the future. But let's get into Nightmare Mode. Nightmare Mode, the update itself has brought more features than we originally anticipated. Techland did an amazing job bringing a lot of quality of life changes that were much needed for this new difficulty to be successful. Between the viral leap, just the stun locks, everything. Overall, I feel like Techland has done a really good job of taking the feedback from the community that they've been given over the past couple of years since this game's release. They've really brought a lot to the table this time around. With this update, I think it's great because the people that really wanted that challenge and wanted to feel like Dying Light 1 was in the blood of Dying Light 2, they finally got that this time around. What I mean by that is that Dying Light 1 really made you think about how you're going to utilize resources through majority of the game, and you had to be wise about your decisions. You couldn't just run in. Now, granted, later game, it was sort of like a power fantasy. It became progressively a power fantasy, but not to the degree that Dying Light 2 has been over the past couple of years. I definitely think that the resource management is more important than ever in this game. Now, you really have to manage your stam, you have to manage your boosters, your health, everything. At night, everything changes compared to what we're used to, and it's actually a nice breath of fresh air. And I think one of the biggest things that Techland brought back to the table was darker nights, because I just felt like the game didn't have that fear aspect to it. It felt like it was almost daylight at night. Now it's completely different. It is pitch black outside. With the use of the flashlight, with the flicker, and if you overuse the flashlight, it cuts out on you at night. So now it really does feel immersive. However, with the flashlight, I'm going to go into a little bit here. Flashlight is not up to par with what I think the community was really hoping for, which is kind of disappointing. I would much rather them overhaul the flashlight, bring that inertia and dynamic lighting back to the flashlight like Dying Light 1. If they were going to make changes, I think that's how they should have handled it. Granted, they kind of just put half of what we kind of wanted, which was like their own feature to Dying Light 2, which I talked about in my last video. I said Techland needs to put, sprinkle their own taste on the flashlight, and I think they did that. I don't think they prioritized the core things like the dynamic lighting and the inertia that everybody wanted. This would have provided so much more immersion to the update that's already immersive and bringing that feature back to the game that we've missed so much. That was kind of disappointing. However, I think the devs really redeemed themselves with the new tactical stamina system. And for those who aren't already aware of the new tactical stamina system, this system, what it does, it drains your stam a lot faster whenever using the paraglider or just running in general, just attacking anything at night. So at night, really you get the repercussions of it. During the day, not so much at all. It's pretty normal during the day, but at night, that's whenever you really notice it. And I feel like this really forces you to be in the game. It forces you to do parkour and play the game the way it was intended. Other big notable changes that have been introduced to the game was the fix of the viral leap, which I think a lot of people were extremely happy to see. This was a priority for Techland to get out there and implement into the game. So that's huge that we actually got that fix, because that was going to be something that a lot of people were very concerned whether if Nightmare Mode was going to be a success or a bust. That brings me to my next topic, volatiles and the respawn rate on the roof. I think the respawn rate and how they adjusted it, they reduced it, so we're not going to have as many chases going on, which is going to feel really nice because chases felt like a dime a dozen, and now they actually feel special to the game again. So that's really good. And we really needed that change because Volatiles hit like a truck now. Within 2 hits, you'll probably die, so really watch out and pick and choose your battles whenever you're out there facing Volatiles, especially because legend points get completely reset whenever you die if you're level 50 or above. So just keep in mind that there is a high risk to reward whenever it comes to Nightmare mode. Lastly, Volatile Tyrants come out at chase level 5, which is a new feature that they added to the Nightmare mode update. This is bringing a whole new level of difficulty to the game. Personally, I haven't had a chance to really try it out yet, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you tried it out? Is it too hard to get there? Is it too overtuned once you actually achieve chase level 5? Let me know your thoughts. The last thing on my list today was co-op community maps. I wanted to go over this a little bit because I think it was a really good feature that they added into the game. I think it was much needed for replayability and being able to experience all the hard work that people have put into those community maps with your friends. So I'm glad that they finally made that reality for us. It took a little while, but we're finally there. However, keep in mind there's only a fixed number of maps that are really supported by this, so eventually it'll get there. They said that in their developer live stream whenever they announced Nightmare mode on the 18th. And that's going to be it for me today on this one, guys. I plan to cover more of this content in the future. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, whether you think Techland was moving in the right direction with Nightmare mode, or do you feel like it was a little lackluster. But anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one.